How do you come in and challenge that to say, well, we could do this better? And what are the approaches that you take to be able to get that buy-in where you need it?
I'd say there are three main things. And I think the first is maybe a peculiarity of the Singapore government, and maybe not. Right? So the first is you don't outright tell somebody that things are broke, because people don't like to hear that, you know. And so one of the ways in which you could come in, for example, which I do often, is say, hey, you know, the way that you're working right now was really, really great for the time that you started working in that way. The kind of paper forms that you used, the drawings and templates that you used were great for that time and that period and those particular people. But, you know, through no fault of yours, actually times have changed and the environment that you're in has changed. And so now we need to figure out what is the suitable modern for this era, for this particular context that we're in. And so that's something that people can get behind because they don't have to be defensive anymore, right? So you focus on the future and less on the past. That's the first one, right? The second one is, you know, the reality of being in, I think, any government is hierarchy matters and top-down sponsorship matters. So you're going to need to get senior sponsorship. There's no running away from that. You need to get senior level buy-in. I think the question is, what is the best way to do that, right? Whether it is compelling arguments, whether it's an evidence that you have, whether it's selling the context of that agency and why this particular solution is suitable for them at this kind of juncture and this kind of portfolio, whether it's managing risk and mitigating that by saying, hey, here's a small pilot and we're bounding the risk into this level. And so you don't have to worry about things going south or that adversely impacting your whole ministry or your whole organization. Final one is, you know, the reality of being a senior decision maker is what you're doing a lot of the time is making decisions, right? And so you're not responsible, you're not going to be involved in the follow through. And these things, because of their nature or being long-term and often very difficult to measure, require people with passion and drive to push them and follow them through, right? So you have like the best arguments, you have the senior level sponsors, but you have no one who's passionate about driving the projects. It's not going to work.